Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. Now, this topic that we're going to discuss is going to dominate Reggae Boys Commentary at least for the next 3 years. I've been waiting for this announcement for months and now it has arrived. And this is important, Reggae Boys Commentary, because this can really be the future, not only of the channel, but also about Reggae Boys Commentary and the national team. Placements for World Cup qualifying. Now, there is no adjustment as it relates to the number of spots for 2022. What we know for sure is that Concacaf will receive the 3.5 spots for the region. But there is an adjustment in the format of World Cup qualifying. What we're going to see, let's start with the positives, shall we? From a Caribbean perspective, teams will be playing more games. Minimum 4 games for Caribbean teams, compared to 2 in previous cycles. So right there, that's already double. Now, you might say, how are these spot allocations going to be? Teams in CONCACAF that are ranked in the top 6 are going to fight for the 3 automatic spots, while the teams ranked 7th to 35th will be fighting for a playoff berth. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Jamaica is currently 4th in CONCACAF, and by the September 2020 edition of the FIFA Rankings, if Jamaica is not in the top 6, our chances of qualifying for Qatar hang by a thread. A literal thread. Do we now realize the importance of the Concacaf Nations League? Do we really understand the importance of getting results in this competition? Can we finally not take Caribbean teams for granted? Can we understand that Guyana is calling up players from the English leagues, Championship, League One, League Two, former Premier League players? Can we understand that Antigua and Barbuda is also doing the same? Can we also realize that Aruba is calling up players born in the Netherlands who ply their trade, the first tier and second tier of the Dutch professional leagues? Professional football players. Do you remember what happened to us at the Caribbean Cup? Preparation is key, and without analysing the strengths and weaknesses of any opposition, you're going to be punished. You're going to be punished. Jamaica is in a glorious position. 4th in CONCACAF. All we need to do to maintain it is win our games in the CONCACAF Nations League, and in March 2020 FIFA date, ensure that we also win whoever we play on that match day. And we will be standing pretty for one of 3 spots, 3 automatic spots to go to the World Cup. Because if not, we're going to be putting ourselves in a horrible position. Can you imagine playing a preliminary round, a first round, a second round, a third round, a fourth round, a 6th round, and after that you're going to have to go and play the 4th place team from the top 6 teams in the region, and then after that you have to go and play the 5th place team from Asia. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Do not mess this up, Tapa Whitmore. Do not mess this up. We have 1 in a 6 chance of qualifying for the next World Cup. Those odds are better than a 1 in 70. Do you know why I say 1 in 70? Because half a berth out of 35 places, multiplied by 2, both sides by 2, 1 in 70 chance versus 1 in 6 chance. I'll take my 1 in 6 chance. Come on, man. Beat Aruba home and away. Beat Antigua home and away. Beat Guyana home and away. We cannot afford any slip-ups. The margin for error is this slim. No more games. No more games. No more margin for error. This is where we take on the world. We get our best players together. Our best players together. Get players who are doing well, performing in form. That is what is needed. Do we even know who is performing well in England? Who has been doing well consistently? I mean, the league's just started, but it's clear to see that even though after 1 or 2 games of some clubs, you can see which players have maintained their form. Jamil Matt, in terms of a League 2 perspective, Mariappa has to be involved. Has to. It's important. When do we give Kemar Roof an opportunity? When? Andre Wisdom. Michael Hecht at some point will be involved as well. Our best players. Our best players. This topic, I'm more passionate than anybody else. If we want to go to Qatar, we need to show that we can beat the islands that are down the road from us, and up the road, and across the road, and around the road. Why am I cross about this? You saw what happened in the Nations League, right? We beat Cayman Islands only by 4-0. And Curacao was beating up a team of the same quality, 8 and 11. We need to grasp this concept of the Nations League, because it's here to stay, and it will be here in the future. 1 in 6 is better than 1 in 70. If we want to go to Qatar, we know exactly what we need to do now. Reggae Boys fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below regarding the change in format for World Cup qualifying. It's got a lot of criticism, especially from Jack Warner, former FIFA Vice President as well, because Caribbean teams now have a minuscule chance of advancing to World Cups now. Bearing in mind the majority of the teams from the Caribbean are ranked from 7th to 35th in Concacaf. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.